Hello, this is Aishwarya and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi. My channel is all about skincare, hair care, product reviews and makeup tutorials. If you're into that kind of stuff, do subscribe. I was getting DMs asking for foundation finishing tutorials, so here it is. The art of flawless looking no foundation, aka nude skin makeup. This demo is all about mixing products, how certain tools and techniques give us a particular finishing, how to choose and apply products for the neck, because that's so important in the overall finish, and how to do a perfect red lip with pro finishing. Trends come and go, but a nude skin and a red lip look has been around since ages, and it's a classic. I'm aware this is a longish tutorial, but I know it will appeal to a keen makeup enthusiast. It's packed with a lot of tips and tricks as we go along, so shall we begin? I've already done my brows. Now let's move on to foundation. I'm gonna make myself a concoction as always. It's really good for dry skin. I'm gonna use half a drop of 53 and half a drop of 55 using 1:1 ratio. 54 is my actual shade, but it's not available in the gel version. It's available in the non-gel healthy mix version. They have two. One is the serum, one is the just healthy mix. I like to pat foundation on my nose with my fingers because my nose is quite smooth. So when I use sponge or a brush, I feel like foundation doesn't really stick to my nose. And I just like to use foundation in the center parts of my face. I don't like to layer a lot of foundation. I feel like if you have if you have acne prone skin, then of course it's different. But if your skin it just has few blemishes like mine does and you don't have much that you need to cover, in that case I prefer like a translucent layer. That's my preferred skin aesthetic when it comes to makeup. Like I like to moisturize my skin well and then go in with a fine layer of foundation. So I've patted everything in with my fingers and now I'm going to use a stripling brush and I'm just going to mesh everything together. Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is a full coverage concealer, so keep that in mind. So what I do with this is I almost remove everything off. So when I was shooting for a Telugu film, we were doing it in summer and it was an outdoor shoot, like we were shooting a song and I was in this sari and I had to dance and everything. It was so hot, none of my products would hold on my skin. Anything I'm putting, it's cracking, it's creasing, nothing is able to withstand that heat. Also we are dancing, right? We are dancing, and so after lunch, I saw my makeup like break down. And generally makeup doesn't break down on my face. Just a little bit of highlighting on the center parts of the face. And now we're going to blend everything in. So in that climate, this concealer is the only one that held up. Until that point, I was kind of contemplating, did I make a mistake buying this concealer? You know, just because it's kind of dry and I naturally have dry skin. So dry concealers don't like sit very well on me. I'm going to blend this concealer using a flat foundation brush. This is by PAC. This is their 220 brush. I like a little bit of lighter color foundation or a lighter color concealer just in this region, because you know, you see that with very youthful people, like very young people, this part of the chin just comes up a little bit. Just a little bit of preliminary highlighting. This concealer sets pretty quickly. Like it doesn't give me as much of a playtime as my MAC Studio Finish concealer does. That concealer never sets fully. Like you have to set it with powder. But this, I feel like you don't really need to powder it. You can, but you don't need to. Little bit of NC42 with a very small brush and just apply it in areas where I feel like I can still see a little bit of grey peeking out. And I'm going to blend that with my fingers. This combination works very well. The NC42 Studio Finish concealer texture with the Tarte Shape Tape full coverage concealer texture, because this is a little bit emollient and this is dry, so the combination of this gives me a very skin like texture. One of my faves. So that's our skin done. Moving on to the lips. For lips I have options. What kind of red you want to do, you can choose. This is Rouge by Yves Rocher lip liner, and this is a pinky red lip liner. I know it looks red, but it's pinky red, and you will see in a minute how it is pinky red. This is by Calabar in the shade Just Coral. This is a very warm based red, like a very orangey red, I would say. Now that the orangey red has come next to it, you can see the pink in it, right? So the reds that are pink are generally cool based reds, and the reds that are more orange in it are generally warm based reds. This is a warm based red. Then I have this red, and it's like this. This is a very deep red, like almost a brownie sort of a red. One of my favorite reds. Like this is a true red. This is by Beaujour in the shade number 20, Rose Choix. I might be pronouncing that wrong. I really don't know how to pronounce French. This is a true red. In comparison to this, once this has come on, you can see how other reds look. This is warm based red, Calabar. This is by Beaujour. This is true red, this one. And this is Yves Rocher. It's this one. And this is by Miss Claire. There, you can see how they are. The red that I'm going to use is this. It's by Beaujour. This is a red based red. It's like a true red. You can absolutely leave it here, like you can just blend this and leave it here, but I am going to use liquid lipstick. Beaujour Rose Edition Velvet Liquid Lipstick in the shade 15, Red Volution. This is such a cool based red, guys. Like seriously, if you've used MAC Ruby Woo, this is like that, but a little bit more pigmented and a little bit more glamorous. And the velvet liquid lipsticks of Beaujour have rose wax in them. So what it does is it fills in the lines in your lips because it's wax. It evens out and smoothens the texture. They take like a minute to dry down, so they give you a little bit of a playtime, which I like. If you are somebody who drinks a lot of coffee or who smokes and your teeth have become a little yellow, then cool toned colors, cool toned reds is what you should go for, or even cool toned pinks if you're not into reds. This lip color, you guys, I just love it. You've seen how my teeth were looking earlier, right? See how they're looking now. Do you see how they're looking like more white? That's what cool toned colors do to your teeth. You can either take the same color, red, and I know it kind of sounds a little bit weird using red for blush, but it looks beautiful using red for blush. Gonna dip the brush in it, swirl it in, get some product. This is e.l.f. Stripling brush. This brush is like of the right size for blush purposes. Some people say you should just place blush here, but I like to take it a little inward. I like to take it a little closer to my nose, because when I work out or when my skin becomes pink because of heat or because of exercise or whatever, the areas of my skin that become pink are this and this. I don't become pink here. That's the reason why I don't put blush there, because I just want to like replicate it. I'm gonna spread this blush from the inward, the area where the cheek meets the nose, till the cheekbones. I want this pink splashed across the cheek. I hope you can tell the difference between one cheek and the other. With the blush, it looks a little bit like more healthier. Without the blush, of course, it looks like more clean and neat. So both of these are two different looks, and you can go for like whichever you please. So give some finishing to your lips. Like you can just use a little bit of that concealer using Tarte Shape Tape concealer. Apply it on the corners of the lower lip, as you can see, and I'm not going to apply it much in the middle part of the lower lip. Applying it on the upper lip as well, on just the corners. So what we are doing is we're just drawing a fake white line. If you ever notice, there is a white line between where your lip meets the skin. So since we've covered that white line by overdrawing, we are drawing another white line like that. I could have fast forwarded this part, but I wanted you guys to sort of see the whole process of it. I wanted you guys to see it in real time, how I blend and what I do to blend. Using your fingers while blending, the heat from your fingers makes the product mesh and melt with your skin that much sooner. You can use powder bronzers, but I am going to use this 03 Soft Copper shade from Max Factor. It's their cream blush, but the color of it works like a cream bronzer for me. So we are going to use the same e.l.f. brush, taking some product onto that like that, and I'm going to evenly distribute it onto the brush. Once that's done, now I'm going in, I'm just touching. This blush, it's very creamy, and it kind of has like a satiny finish like this, like you can see, satiny finish, but it has no shimmer. Like I have tested it out in direct sunlight with like a magnifying glass, and it has no shimmer in it. So I love it. Like I love it for like daytime wearing purposes. Whatever you put on your cheeks, just make sure to put a little bit of that on your nose, on your forehead, on your chin, just everywhere, because it looks cohesive. Using that big brush, stripling everything together. Now I like to use this cream for my neck because it's a little lightweight than other heavy duty foundations, and it has inbuilt primer in it, and that's what I want. When I use a product on my neck, I prefer it to have primer, because otherwise what happens is, you know, because skin moves and skin is supposed to move, the foundation kind of gets stuck in the fine lines, and I don't like that. Taking a PAC stripling brush in the number 306 and going in with swirling motions. Like this is a stripling motion, and this is generally what stripling brushes are meant for. This is a swirling motion. this, I don't know what it's called. I see some people have the skin here, the skin that meets the shoulder skin and the neck skin. I see some people have very dark skin there. So if you do have that, what you can do is you can apply cream the way I'm applying. I'm going to use translucent powder on top of this to pack everything in. But you guys can go in with a powder that has some pigment to it. Like a powder that has like a yellowish pigment to it, because a little bit of yellow knocks back that darkness. But it's not possible for you to put concealer here because the skin here is so fine. Warm pink, patting all of it off, and now I'm going to pack whatever I've applied, the cream. We are just going to pack it in like that. And whatever powder I've applied on my neck, the same thing, I'm going to take it all over my face. It's just gonna give like a nice, you know, unifying look. Also, it's easier for us to contour and highlight because I'm gonna go in with powder contours and powder highlights. So once you have powder, the contour and highlight just blends better. This is a DIY face mist I have made. It's abundant in glycerine. No glamorous look is complete without highlight. It's their flat foundation brush, but I like to use it for my highlight purposes because, you know, I can be very precise with it. I'm using Laura Mercier in the shade 01, highlight 01, not Bronzo 1, okay? Bronzo 1 is completely different. Placing it on the high points of the cheekbone, and I'm just slightly touching it. I'm not buffing much, rubbing much. A little bit on the nose. We're gonna do that exclamation where you draw a line like this, you leave that, and then you just apply a little bit of highlight here. Boop, 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 like that. I like to highlight my chin a little bit like this, but not too much because, you know, otherwise you can start to look a little oily. This highlight, guys, is very smooth. Like if you have skin texture and you are sort of afraid of highlights showing that skin texture, this is the one you should go for. Oh, we didn't contour our nose. For this, I'm just gonna take the cool toned color, this one. What a cool name for a contour color, you know, subconscious. That's what contour is supposed to look like. It's not supposed to look like it's in your face. It's supposed to look like something, a little something that's just happening in the back. Kat Von D is, she's so clever. So that's the look, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video.
Subscribe for more makeup therapy and good vibes.